Hello everyone, today we are going to solve O-Levels paper 2 in a session May-June 2020 paper 2-2. So let's begin with the first question. In question number 1, A part, Stephen had an annual income of $21,500 in 2018. His annual income increased to $22,790 in 2019. Calculate the percentage increase. So to calculate the percentage increase, first we need to find how much is the increase in from 2018 to 2019. So increase would be 22,790 subtract 21,500 divide the original income in 2018 21,500 and times by 100. We will get the percentage increase. Okay, so we have 22,790 subtract 21,500 and then divide by 21,500 and times by 100. This would be 6%. Now for the B part, Stephen invests $1,260 in a bank. So the investment is P. The bank pays a simple interest. So we need to use a simple interest over here at a rate of 2.5% per year. So this is a value for R. Calculate the amount Stephen has in the bank at the end of 3 years. So this would be the time. Okay, so we need to use the formula for the simple interest, that is A is equals to P into 1 plus RT. Okay, so A is the amount that we are going to calculate. So the P is the investment, that is 1,260 into 1 plus R is the interest rate, that is 2.5%. So for percentage, dividing by 100, and T is a number of years, that is 3 years. So let's simplify and we will get the amount. So first we need to do 2.5 divide 100 times by 3, add 1 and times by 1,260. So this would be 1,354.5. So the amount would be, in terms of dollars, is 1,354.5. Now for the C part, Stephen changed 4,300 Indian rupees into dollars. The exchange rate is $1 is this much Indian rupees, and work out how much he received. Give your answer correct to the nearest dollars. Okay, so the exchange rate we have given, right? That $1 would be this much Indian rupees. Now we need to find what is 1 Indian rupees. 1 Indian rupees would be, in terms of dollars, 1 divide $67.8. Now we need to find 4,300 Indian rupees into dollars. So 4,300 Indian rupees in terms of dollars would be 4,300 divides 67.8. Okay. So let's do it. 4,300 divides 67.8. This would be 63.43, and we need to convert our answer 63.43. We need to give our answer correct to the nearest dollar, so it would be just $63. Question number 2, in part A, the length of a rectangle is 6 centimeter more than its width, W centimeter. So the length of a rectangle would be 6 centimeter more than its width, and the width we have given is W centimeter, right? The parameter of a rectangle is this. The parameter is given to us, that is 37 centimeter. Form an equation in W and solve it to find the width of the rectangle. Okay, so we can use the formula for the parameter of a rectangle is 2 times length plus width, right? Since the parameter is 37, this would be equals to 2 times length is 6 plus W and the width is just W, right? Okay, now we have 37 divides 2 would be equals to 6 plus 2w. So to get the value for w, we can do 37 divides 2 minus 6 would be equals to 2w. And from here, w would be equals to 1 divided by 37 divides 2 minus 6. Right, 2 is multiplying with w, so I divide 2 on the other side. So this would be 37 divides 2, subtract 6, and dividing by 2. This would be equals to 6.25 centimeter is the width. Now for the B part, we have given a rectangle. A rectangle of 20 centimeter by 8 centimeter is cut from a rectangle of 28 centimeter by 15 centimeter. Each measurement is given correct to the nearest centimeters. Okay. Calculate the upper bound. We need to calculate the upper bound for the area of the shaded region. Okay. So from the diagram, as we can see that this would be the shaded region. So how can we find the area of the shaded region? For the area of the shaded region, we need to find the area of the bigger rectangle and subtract the area of the smaller rectangle, because smaller one is not shaded. Okay, but here we need to work out the upper bounds. So for upper bounds, what we need to do, area of a rectangle is length times width. This is a formula for area of a rectangle. Now we need to find area of shaded region. Area of shaded region would be equals to area of large rectangle, subtract area of small rectangle. But we need to work the upper bounds, keep in mind. Okay, so what are the upper bounds for the dimension? The upper bound is 28.5, 15.5, but here we need to work for the lower bounds. It would be 19.5 and it would be 7.5, right? Because this one we need to subtract, so we need to work for the lower bound for this and upper bound for the shaded, because the upper bound is only required for the shaded region, and the shaded region include the bigger rectangle, right? Okay, so now the area of the shaded region would be area of the larger rectangle, and the dimension of larger rectangle is 28 centimeter by 15 centimeter. So for upper bound, it would be 28.5 centimeter times 15.5 centimeter. This is the area of the larger rectangle. Subtract area of the smaller rectangle, and the dimensions are 20 by 8. So we need to work the lower bounds. Lower bounds of 20 would be 19.5 and the lower bound of 8 would be 7.5. We will get the area of the shaded region. Let's do the calculation. It would be 28.5 times 15.5. And we need to subtract 19.5 times 7.5. This would be 295.5. This is the area of the shaded region. 295.5 centimeter square. Now for question number 3, a light L is fixed on a building 8 centimeter. This is a light L. It is fixed on a building 8 centimeter above the base B of the building. In A part, the point P is on the horizontal ground 12 meter from B. Calculate the angle of elevation of L from P. Okay, angle of elevation of L from P. So this angle we need to work out. So as we can see that this is a right angle triangle. PLB is a right angle triangle. This is angle P, the front side is opposite, and this would be the adjacent. So we can use a trigonometric ratio to find out the angle P. So we can use tan P would be opposite over adjacent. So the opposite is 8 and adjacent is 12. So from here, P would be equals to tan inverse of 8 over 12. So let's do it. 8 by 12 and then do a tan inverse. It would be 33.69, or we can say that 33.7 degrees is the angle P. Now for the B part, a ladder is placed on the ground at Q. At Q, a ladder is placed on a ground at Q to reach the light L. The ladder makes an angle 70 degree with the ground. Calculate QL. This is QL. Again, QLB is a right angle triangle. We have given the angle Q and we have given the opposite of Q. We need to find QL. This side we need to find, that is the hypotenuse. We can use a trigonometric ratio. So we have opposite and hypotenuse we need to work. So we can use a ratio for sine. Sine 70 would be equals to opposite over hypotenuse. Opposite is 8 and hypotenuse is QL. So from here QL would be equals to 8 over sine 70. So let's do it. First do sine 70. And 8 divided sine 70 would be 8.513, or we can just say 8.5. These dimensions are in meters, so we can say 8.5 meters. Yes. In part C, a vertical pool RS. So RS is a vertical pool of length 1.6 meters is placed touching the horizontal ground. The light produces a shadow TS of a pool on a horizontal ground. LRT is a straight line, and T to B is 6.5 meters. Calculate DS. We need to calculate this side DS. If we can use a concept of similar triangle in this question, as we can see, we have two triangle LBT and RST. Right, so the side LB is similar to the side RS and the side TB is similar to TS, right? So 8 ratio 1.6, 8 divide 1.6 would be equals to 6.5 divides TS. Okay, now let's calculate the value for TS by doing a cross multiplication. TS would be here. It would be 6.5 divides 8 and times 1.6. 6.5 times 1.6 divides 8. This would be 1.3. So the value for TS would be 1.3 meters. Question number 4 in A part, the table summarizes the time m hours that each student in a year group spent listening to music in one day. Some of the results are shown on the histogram. So we have given time in m hours and we have given the frequencies. And the histogram is given to us the time in terms of hours and the frequency density. Now for the first part, use the histogram to find the value of P. Okay, let's see where is P. So we have P over here in the region 1/2 to 2. Okay, and we have a frequency P. Okay, so let's see 1/2 to 2. We have 1/2 to 2. This is the interval 1/2 to 2. And what is the frequency density for this? The frequency density is 30. So if we can use a formula for the frequency density, this would be equals to, let me write down over here. Frequency density is equals to frequency over class width, right? Since we know the frequency density for 1/1/2, the frequency density is 30, so put it 30. This would be equals to frequency. What is the frequency for this class? The frequency is P. So put down the frequency P over class width. Now we need to calculate what is a class width, the difference. So we have 2 subtract. So what is 1/1/2? 2 times 1 is 2 plus 1, this would be 3. So 3 divides 2 and 2 subtract 3 by 2 is would be 1/2. So the class width is 1/2, 1/2. To find the value for P, we can do a cross multiplication. So 30 times 1/2 would be equals to P, and 30 dividing by 2 would be 15. So 15 is the value for P. So P would be 15. So this P is 15 over here. Okay, now for the B part, complete the histogram. We need to complete the histogram. As we can see, the first three are already done for us, as if you can see in the histogram, 0 to 1, 1 to 1 half, 1 half to 2 is given to us, right? Now we need to work on the rest, these four, by using the same formula of the frequency density. First we need to find the class width. If I can use a column of class width over here, so what is a class width? We need to work these four. Okay, so first we need to find out the class width for this. So we have 2 times 2 is 4, and 4 plus 1 is 5. Okay, so what is 5 out of 2? And then subtract 2. The class width is 1 by 2 for this interval. What is the class width for this? We have 2 times 3 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. 7 by 2. Subtract 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1, 5 by 2 is 1. The class width for this interval would be, we have 5, and then subtract with 2 times 3 is 6. 6 plus 1 would be 7. 7 divides 2. Yes, it would be 5 subtract 7 by 2 would be 3 by 2. And for the last one, we have 7 minus 5 is just 2. Okay, we got the class width. We have the frequency. By using the formula for the frequency density, we need to frequency density. This would be equals to frequency over class width, right? Okay, so we need to find the frequency density to plot to complete the histogram. Now the frequencies are given to us, and the class width we already calculated. Now for the first one, what is the frequency density between 2 to 2 half? The frequency density would be, frequency is 14 and the class width is 1 by 2. So 14 divides 1 by 2. 14 divides 1 by 2 is basically equals to 14 times 2. This would be 28. Okay, the next frequency density is, the frequency is 23 and the class width is 1. So we have just 23 dividing by 1 is 23. The next frequency density would be 18 is the frequency over class width is 3 by 2. It would be 2 by 3. Yes. 3 dividing by 2, and then 18 divides 3 by 2 would be 12. And the last one, frequency density would be, frequency is 12 and the class width is 2. So 2 times 6 would be 12. Now we just need to plot 28, 23, 12 and 16. Okay, so from 2 to 2 half is 2 to 2 half, it would be 28. So we have 28, 25, 26, 27, 28. So this is 28. Okay, so let me figure out. This would be 28 between 2 to 2 half. Yes. Now for the next one, from 2 half to 3 half, it would be 23. Okay, so 2 half to 3 half. This is 2 half and this would be 3 half, right? The frequency density is 23. So we have 20 and 21 and 22. No, 20, 21, 20, 23. Yes, over here. This is the frequency density for the class 2 half to 3 half. Now for the next one, 3 half to 5, the frequency density would be 12. Okay, 3 half to 5. This is 3 half and this is the number 5. We need to find, it would be 12. So where is 12? 10, 11. The 2 blocks above 10 is 11 and the 2 block above would be 12. Yeah, this is 12 in this interval. Okay, Now for the last one, from 5 to 7, the frequency density is 6. 5 to 7, it would be 6. That's pretty easy. The two blocks above 5 would be 6. Here is 6, and it is between 5 to 7. So we have completed the histogram. For the B part, this table summarizes the time C hours that each student in a group of 50 students spend cooking in 1 week. So the total number of students, keep in mind, are 50. Time, C hours, and the frequencies given to us. In the first part, we need to calculate an estimate of the mean time spent cooking. Okay, so mean is basically equals to sum of fx dividing by the total. So the total students are 50. Okay, so what is f? F is a frequency, right? And x is the midpoint of the intervals. Let me find out the x over here. So x is the midpoint of 0 and 2 is 1. The midpoint is 3. Here it is 5. This would be 7, and here it is 9. Right? Okay, now fx. Fx is the product of frequency and the midpoint. So 1 times 8 is 8. 3 times 16. 3 times 16 would be 48. Right? Then 5 times 15. 5 times 15 is 75. The next is 7 times 7 is 49. And the next is 4 times 9 is 36. Now we need to find the summation, the sum, the total of fx. This would be equals to 8 plus 48 plus 75 plus 49 plus 36. This would be 216. Okay, now let's substitute it over here. So 216 divided by 50, we will get the mean time spent cooking. This would be equals to 4.32. So 4.32 hours. Now for the second part, draw the cumulative frequency diagram. Okay, so for the cumulative frequency diagram, first we need to find the intervals, right? So we need to find the value for first C, because time is in terms of C hours. So when the C value is less than equals to 0, so what would be the cumulative frequency? If I can draw the cumulative frequency over here, it would be 0, right? And when the time is less than equals to 2 hours, it would be frequency is 8. When it is less than equals to 4 hours, it would be 16 plus 8. So 16 plus 8, it would be 24, right? And when the time is less than and equals to 6 hours, it would be 15 plus the previous one, 24. 24 plus 15 would be 39. And when the time is less than and equals to 8 hours, it would be 7 plus 39. This would be 46. And when the time is less than equals to 10 hours, it would be 4 plus 46. 46 plus 4, this would be equals to 50. So we have the value for the C, the time, and the cumulative frequency. Let's draw the points onto the grid to get the cumulative frequency diagram. So the first point is 0, 0. When the time is 0, the cumulative frequency is 0. This is the first point. For the second point, when the time is 2, the cumulative frequency would be 8. 2 and 8. Okay, so the time is 2 over here and the cumulative frequency is 8. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the second point. When the time is 4, the cumulative frequency would be 24. For 4, it would be 24, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. When the time is 6, the cumulative frequency is 39. Okay, now the time is 6 hours, the cumulative frequency would be 30, and one block below 40 would be 39. Okay, when the cumulative frequency is 8, the time would be 46. Okay, for 8 hours, time would be 46. The cumulative frequency is 46. So 8, we have 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, and 46 over here. And for the last point, when the time is 10 hours, the cumulative frequency is 50. That's pretty easy. So for 10 hours over here, and the cumulative frequency is 50 at the top. Let's connect these points to get a smooth curve. So this is the cumulative frequency diagram. Now for the third part, use a cumulative frequency diagram to find an estimate for the median. Okay, so as we know that median is half of the value, half of value, that is half of 50. So half of 50, it means 25th value we need to calculate. Okay, so let me go back to the cumulative frequency diagram and find out where is 25th. So 25 is here. So let me draw a straight line from 25 and find out the time at this point. Yeah, this is 4.1. So we can say that the median is 4.1 hours. Question number 5. In A part, solve these simultaneous equations, show your work. So we have given a system of linear equations. You can solve it by using a method of substitution or method of elimination. So here I would like to use a method of substitution. If I can take my second equation and let me divide both sides by 3. So I will left with x plus y equals to -2. So from here x would be equals to -2 -y. This would be my equation number 3. Now I would like to substitute that x value into my first equation. It would be 2 times of x minus 4y equals to 11. Now let me solve the value for y. So 2 times 2 is -4, -2y, -4y would be equals to 11, minus 6y would be equals to 11 plus 4. So minus 6y would be equals to 15, and from here the y value would be 15 divides -6. So we have 15 divided 6 would be 2.5, with the -2.5 is a value for y. Now let's substitute that y value into the third equation to get the value for x. So here x would be equals to -2, negative times -2.5. So we have x equals to -2 plus 2.5. Okay, so 2.5 subtract 2, this would be equals to 0.5. So the x value is 0.5. Now for part B, solve the equation, show all your working and give your answer correct to 2 decimal places. Okay, so first we need to arrange the equation. It would be 2x squared equals to 3 times 8 would be 24 minus 3x. 2x squared plus 3x minus 24 equals to 0. This is a quadratic equation. We can solve it by using a quadratic formula. That is, x would be equals to minus b plus minus square root b square minus 4ac divides 2a. So what is ABC? A is 2, b is 3, and c is -24. So now let's substitute all the values into the formula and find the values for x correct to 2 decimal places. Okay, so x would be equals to -3 plus minus square root 3 square minus 4 times 2 times -24, and then dividing by 2 times of a, that is 2 times 2. So x would be equals to -3 plus minus square root. So we have 4 times 2 times 24. This would be 192, when negative times negative would be positive, and then plus with 3 square is 9. This would be 201. Square root of 201 and then dividing by 4. Okay, now we have two values for x. For the first value we use positive square root of 201, and for the second negative square root of 201. So we have -3 positive square root of 201 and then dividing by 4, 2.794, and correct to 2 decimal places, just 2.79. So x is 2.79, and the other value for x with the negative square root of 201, -3 negative square root of 201 and then dividing by 4, this would be -4.294. It's just -4.29. Now for part 3, h is inversely proportional to cube of g. It means h is inversely proportional to cube of g, and from here h would be equals to k times 1 by g cube. H is 4.5 when g is 2. Find the formula of h in terms of g. Okay, so just substitute h equals to 4.5. This would be equals to k, and g is 2 cube. So how can we find the value for k? By doing 4.5 times 2 cube is 8. 8 times 4.5 would be 36. So that value is 36. Sorry, k is 36. Okay, so when the k is 36, just substitute the k over here. So h would be equals to 36 divides g cube. This is the formula. Now for the second part, find the value of g when h is 32 divides 3. Okay, so just substitute h equals to 32 divides 3 over here. This would be equals to 36 divides g cube. Now we need to find the value for g. Okay, now let's do a cross multiplication. It would be g cube would be equals to 36 divides 32 times 3. And to get the value for g, we need to do the cube root of this term. Third cube root, 36 divides 32 times 3. We will get the value for g. Okay, so 36 times 3 divides 32, and the cube root would be 1.5. So the value of g is 1.5. In question number 6, A part, two of these cards are chosen at random. They are placed next to each other to give a 2-digit number. So first I would like to write down all the 2-digit numbers. So with 5 we have 52, 54, 56 and 53. So 52, 54, 56 and 53. With 2 we have 25, 24, 26 and 23. With 4 we have 45, 42, 46 and 43. And with 6 we have 65, 62, 64 and 63. And the last is 3, 35, 32, 34 and 36. Now for the first part, find the probability that the 2-digit number is less than 30. Okay, now let me find how many numbers are less than 30. These are 30s, these are 60s, 40s, 20s and 50s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 25, 24, 26, 23. These 4 numbers are less than 30. So what would be the probability? So we can say that 4 numbers are less than 30, and how many total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 510, 515, 520. So 4 out of 20 is a probability for a two-digit numbers that are less than 30. Now for second part, list all the possible two-digit numbers that are prime. Okay, so let me see what numbers are prime. So we have 52, 54, 56, 53. 53 is a prime number. Let me list it. 25, 24, 26, 23 is a prime number. Okay. Then we have 45, 42, 46, 43 is a prime number. And then 60, 65, 62, 64, 63. And then 35, 32, 34, 36. Yeah, these three are the prime numbers. So the prime two-digit numbers that are prime are just 53, 23, and 43. Now for the third part, find the probability that the two-digit number is a multiple of 4. Okay, so let me list all the numbers that are multiples of 4 and then we need to work out their probability. Okay, so multiples of 4. 52 is a multiple of 4? Yes. 54? No. 56? Yes, you can do it. 52 divides 4? Yes. 54 divides 4? No. 56 divides 4? Yes. 53 divides 4? No. For 25, 24 is a multiple. Yes. 24 comes in 4 times table. 26, 23. 45, 42, 46, 43. 65, 62, 64. 4 cube is 64 and 63. 35, no. 32, yes. 34, 36. Okay, so how many numbers are the multiples of 4? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 numbers are the multiples of 4 out of 20. So 6 out of 20 is a probability. For the B part, Ron throws dice 200 times. The bar chart shows his result. Okay, so the number of dice, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the frequency. Now for the first part, use the bar chart to complete the table of results. Number of dice and the frequencies. So for the number of dice 1, 2, and 3, the frequencies are already given. We need to work for 4, 5, and 6. Okay, now let me go back to 4. Now for 4, what is the frequency? We need to count. We have 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So for number 4, the frequency is 35. For number 5, the frequency is 20, 21, 22. For number 3, it would be 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. So 35, 22, and 38. Okay. Now for the second part, using Ron's result, find the relative frequency that he threw a number less than 3. Okay, a number that is less than 3. So the less than 3 can be a number 2 or can be a number 1, and their frequency is 46 and 31. So we need to add the frequencies 46 plus 31, dividing by the number of thrones, as he threw 200 times, so dividing by 200. So what it would be, so we have 46 plus 31 divides 200. This would be 0.385. So that is a relative frequency, 0.385. Now for the third part, Ron says the dice he has thrown is not a fair dice. Make 2 comments to explain why the dice is not a fair dice. Okay. Yes, the dice is not a fair dice because it is first comment because it has a large sample. Because number of thrones are 200, so that's a very large sample, and we can also clearly see from the frequency that frequencies are different. frequencies are clearly different. As we can see, the frequency is 46, then it decreased, then it decreased, then increased, then decreased, then increase. So the frequencies are different and not in a regular pattern. And the second comment, and relative frequencies are also different. Relative frequencies are also different. So if we can work out the relative frequency for the first one, it would be 46 out of 200, then 31 out of 200, then 28 out of 200. So let me write down over here. For example, the first relative frequency is 48 over 200. What is this? 48 divides 200 would be 0.24. If we can find the second relative frequency, that is 31 divides 200. 31 divides 200, 0.155. And for the third relative frequency is 28 divides 200. So 28 divides 200, this would be 0.14. So as you can see, relative frequencies are clearly different. So we have 0.23 and then 0.15 and then 0.14. The relative frequencies are also different. It is a large sample. The frequencies are clearly different. So the dice is not a fair dice. Now for question number 7, A part, the table shows some values of for this equation. Complete the table. So we need to complete when x is 0 and then when x is 0.5. So that's pretty easy. Just substitute x equals to 0. So y would be equals to 4 exponent 0 and y would be equals to 4 exponent 0.5. 4 exponent 0, anything exponent 0 would be equals to 1. And what is 4 exponent 0.5? 4 exponent 0.5 would be 2. So the y value is 1 and 2. Now for the second part, draw the graph of the function for x is between 0 to 3. X is between 0 to 3. We just need to draw the graph. We have given the table. So let's do it. When x is 0, the y is 1. So the x value is 0 over here. We just need to find the y value where the y is 1. The y is 1 over here. Right. For the second, when x is 0.5, the y is 2. When x is 0.5, we have 0. This is 0.5. The y value is 2. 1 and then 2. When x is 1, the y is 4. When x is 1, the y value is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. When x is 1.5, the y is 8. Okay, the x is 1.5 over here, the y value is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. When x is 2, the y is 16. For 2, it is 16. For 2, this is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. When x is 2.5, the y is 32. Okay, so the x is 2.5 over here, the y is 30, and 31 and 32, this point. And for the last point, when x is 3, the y is 64. So as we can see, the x is 3 over here, so where is 64? So we have 60, 61, 62, 63, and 64, this point. Let me connect all the points to get a smooth curve. So that is a graph of a function y equals to 4 exponent x. Now for the third part, by drawing a tangent, estimate the gradient of the curve when x is equals to 2. Okay, so x is equals to 2. So here is x equals to 2. We can draw the tangent at x equals to 2. So tangent is just a straight line that passes through the point 2. So this is a tangent at x is equals to 2. Okay, so let me take the 2 points on this line to find out the gradient. So the first point I selected is when x is 1.5, the y value is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is 1.57. 2.5 and the y is 15. 2.5 and the y is 25. I choose the 2 points, that is 1.57 and 2.525. So we need to find out the gradient. Gradient we know is the slope, and the formula for the slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So this point is x1 y1, this is x2 y2. So y2 minus y1, this is 25 minus 7 divides x2 minus x1, 2.5 subtract 1.5. So let's do it. What is 25 minus 7? This is 18. And 2.5 subtract 1.5. This is 1. So we can say that the slope is 18. 18 divides 1 is 18. So the gradient at the curve when x is equals to 2 is just 18. Now for the fourth part, the solution of equation, this can be found from the points of intersection of this and this. For the a part, find the value of a and the value of b. Okay, so as we know that y equals to 4 exponent x and here y equals to 20x minus 12. So we can put both the equations equal. So this would be equals to 4x would be equals to 20x minus 12. And 4 exponent x minus 20x plus 12 would be equals to 0. If we can compare it with this equation, as we can see 4 exponent x is multiplied by 3. So we need to multiply the complete equation with 3. So 3 times 4 exponent x minus 3 times 20 would be 60x. And 3 times 12 is 36. This would be equals to 0. So let's compare this equation with this one, x a times x and then b. So a would be equals to negative of 60 and the b is 36. Now for the b part, by drawing the line this on the grid opposite, find all the solutions of this equation. Okay, so how can we draw this line? If we can draw this line by using a slope and y-intercept method. The y-intercept is negative of 12. So going back to the graph, as we can see, we do not have given y-intercept that is negative of 12. The negative of y is not on the grid. So we can draw it by using x-intercept and y-intercept method. So if we can fix y equals to 0, so x would be 20x minus 12. So 20x would be equals to 12 and x would be equals to 12 divides 20. This would be 0.6. So we have the first point, x is 0.6 and the y is 0. So, and when we substitute x equals to 0, y would be negative 12. And again, negative 12 is not on the grid. So we can take any other points. Let's say if we can substitute x equals to 2. So for x equals to 2, y would be equals to 20 times 2 minus 12. 20 times 2 is 40. 40 minus 12 would be 28. Yes, y equals to 28 is on the grid. So we can do the second point, 2 and 28. So let me draw this line by using a point 0.60 and 2, 28. Okay, so for 0.60, okay, where is x equals to 0.6? X is 0.5 over here, and then 0.6, and the y value is 0. So 0.60, this point, and the second point is 2 and 28. When x is 2, the y is 28. 20, 25, 26, 27, and 28, this point. Let me draw a straight line connecting these 2 points. Okay. Now they said we need to find all the solutions of this equation. Okay, so how can we find out all the solutions? It means we need to find at what points this red line cuts the curve. Okay, so as we can see that it cut the curves at this point and at this point, right? So let me find out the values for x and y. 5, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, 0.9. This x is 0.9, and what the y over here? 0, 1, 2, 2.5. Yes, the first point is 0.9 and 2.5, and here the x would be, we have 2.5 over here, right? We have 2.6, 2.7, 2.75 is the x, and the y is 40. Yeah. So these are the two solutions, 0.9 and 0.5, and 2.75 and 40. It would be 0.9 and 2.5, and the other is 2.75 and 40. Now for part B, here is a sketch of the graph of a quadratic function. The curve has a maximum point at PQ. Find the values of P and the value of Q. And we have given the two zeros. So if we can use the vertex form of a quadratic equation, the vertex form of a quadratic equation is y equals to a, x minus r, and x minus s. Right? R and S are the two zeros, or we can say that the x-intercept, that is -2 and +4, right? So here y would be equals to a, x minus +2, and x minus 4. Now how can we find the value for a? We can find the value for a by using this point. When x is 0, y would be 8. So if we can substitute y equals to 8 and x equals to 0, so 0 plus 2, we have 0 plus 4. We can easily find out the value for a. 8 would be equals to a. We have 2 times 4, so 8 would be equals to 8a. So from here a would be equals to 1, right? So the equation in terms of the factored form is y equals to a is 1, x plus 2, and x minus 4. Now let me convert this equation into standard form. So by using y equals to, by multiplying x square, minus 4x plus 2x and minus 8. So y equals to x square minus 2x minus 8. This is a quadratic equation in standard form. Now we can easily convert this quadratic equation into vertex form. If we can do y equals to x square minus 2x, and -8 is outside, then y equals to x square minus 2x. We can take the value for the coefficient of x, dividing by 2, and taking the coefficient of x, dividing by 2, and take its whole square. So it would be just 1 square. So we can do +1 and -1, and then -8 is outside. Okay, so from here it would be -4. So this is -4. So 2 times 4 is -8. So the a is -1. So keep in mind the a value is -1. The negative sign is outside. I did a mistake. So this negative sign is outside. right? So from here, y would be equal to negative is outside, x square minus 2x and then plus 1, and taking this negative 1 outside, negative 9 times negative would be positive. So positive 8 and positive 8, because we took the negative sign from the first two, and this term would be negative times negative 8 would be positive 8. This would be plus 1 and plus 8. So y would be equals to negative of x minus 1 whole square and minus 9. So this is the vertex form of a quadratic equation, that is y equals to a into x minus b whole square plus q. It's positive 9, right? So p is negative positive 1 and the q is positive of 9. So the p is 1 over here and the q is 9. Question number 8. A birthday cake is in the shape of a cylinder. There are 2 layers of cake and 1 layer of icing. Each layer of cake has a radius of 10 centimeter and the height of 3 centimeter. So this is a layer of cake, this is a layer of cake. So 10 centimeter, 10 centimeter and the 3 centimeter is the height. The icing is between the 2 layers of cake. This would be the icing. Has a radius of 10 centimeter and the height of 12 millimeter. So first we need to convert this millimeters into centimeter by using a conversion that 1 centimeter has 10 millimeter. So 1 by 10 centimeter has 1 millimeter. So what is 12 millimeter? So 12 millimeter has 12 by 10 centimeter. This would be 1.2 centimeter. So this is 1.2 centimeter. Okay, now for the first part, calculate the volume of icing in a birthday cake. Give your answer in centimeter cube. So the volume of icing, so this middle portion is the icing. So it also in a shape of a cylinder. So volume of icing is basically a volume of a cylinder, right? So the volume of a cylinder or the volume of icing is pi r square h. Pi is 3.14, radius is 10, so 10 square, and the height is 12 mm, that is 1.2 centimeter. Height is in centimeter and the radius is in centimeter square, so it would be centimeter cube, right? So let's simplify it. 3.14 times 10 times 10 times 1.2. So it would be 376.8. 376.8 centimeter cube is a volume for icing. Now for the B part, the top and the curved surface area of a birthday cake are now covered with chocolate. Calculate the area of the birthday cake that is covered with the chocolate. So as we know that the top one and the curved surface area is just covered with the chocolate. So the top one is basically a circle. So we can find out the area of a circle because top is covered, that is pi r square, and the curved surface area of a cylinder, that would be the total area of a birthday cake that is covered with a chocolate. So to calculate the total area of a birthday cake that is covered with the chocolate, we need to find the area of a circle, because circle is the top one is a circle, plus the curved surface area. The top is area of a circle and the curved surface area, we can say that the curved surface area of a cylinder. Curved surface area of cylinder. Okay, now as we know, the area of a circle is pi r square and the curved surface area of a cylinder is 2 pi r h. Pi is 3.14, radius is 10 square, plus 2 times 3.14 times radius is 10 times height. Height is, we need to find the total height. As we can see in the diagram, this would be covered, so it would be 3, 1.2 and 3. So what is 3 plus 1.2 plus 3? So 3 plus 3 plus 1.2 would be 7. 3 plus 3 plus 1.2, this would be 7.2 centimeter is the height, the total height. This is 7.2. Now let me calculate it. So 3.14 times 10 times 10. This would be 314, and then plus we have 2 times 3.14 times 10 times 3.2, 7.2. This would be equals to 452.16, and then add 314, 766.16. So this is the area of the birthday cake that is covered with the chocolate. So it is in centimeter scale, or we can write it over here, that is 766.16. Now for part C, Anil has a slice of this chocolate covered birthday cake. Okay, so this is a shape of that slice. His slice is a prism of height 7.5 centimeter. The top of a cake is a sector, radius 10.3 centimeter, and angle x centimeter. The volume of the slice is 200 centimeter cube. Calculate the value for x. Okay, so we have given the information that the volume of that slice is 200 centimeter cube. So what would be the volume? The volume is basically the area of a sector times height. So the volume is area of a sector times height. Right, we need to use a value for volume, that is 200. Area of a sector is theta divides 360 pi r square times height is just h. Right, so we can do 200 would be equals to theta is x degree divides 360 times pi is 3.14. The radius now is 10.3 square and the height is 7.5. Okay, now calculate the value for x. So for doing x would be equals to 200 times 360. 360 is going to multiply with 200, and this term is going to divide. This is 3.14, 10.3 square, and 7.5. So let me do it. 200 times 360 would be 72,000, right? Okay, 3.14 times 10.3 times 10.3 times 7.5, this much, and 72,000 is going to divide with the denominator. It would be 28.81 is a value for x, that is 28.81 or 28.8 degrees, the angle x. Question number 9a, EMF and GLNH are parallel lines. So these two lines are parallel, so their alternate angles must be equal. LM and LN, LM and LN both are equal, and GLM is 126 degrees. Find FMN. This angle we need to find. Give a reason for each step of your working. Okay, so first we can use the information that the angle on a straight line, this complete straight line, is 180 degree. Right, by using this information we can easily find out the angle MLN. Right, so the first statement we can make is MLN is equals to 180 degree subtract 126 degrees. So it would be 180 minus 126, that is 54. So this angle is 54 degrees. Right, so we can say this is 54 degrees. And what is a reason? We can say that angle on a straight line. Okay, now the second thing that we have given that LN and LM both are equal. It means this is an isosceles triangle. You can say LM is equals to LN. We can say that LMN is an isosceles triangle, right? So we can say that the angle LMN and the angle LNM both are equal. So the angle LMN would be equals to the angle LNM, right? Let's say this angle would be X, right? Okay, so if we can consider this triangle LMN, this angle we are taking X, this angle we are taking X, right? Because this is an isosceles triangle, two sides are same, two angles would be same, and sum of all angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. So we can say that X plus 54 would be equals to 180 degree. So 2x plus 54 would be equals to 180 degree. So X would be equals to 180 minus 54 dividing by 2. We will get the value for X. So 180 subtract 54 divides 2 would be 63. So that angle is 63 degree. So this is 63 and this is also 63, right? And let me write down this in the statement that this angle would be 63 degrees. Okay. Now, as we know that the line E, M, F and G, L and H, these two lines are parallel, right? So the angle M, N, L is 63. So it means that the angle F, M, N is also 63 because alternate angles are equal when the lines are parallel. So we can make a statement that F, M, N is equals to 63. Alternate angles are equal. So that angle is 63 degrees. Now for the B part, A, B, C, D are the points on the circumference of a circle centered at O. So A, B, C, D. These are the points on the circumference of a circle and the center of a circle is O. BD, B to D and A to C intersect at E, and BC. BC is a diameter of a circle, and ACD, this is A, C and D is X degree, and DOC is Y degree. Find an expression in terms of X and or Y for the first one is DBC. Okay, so where is DBC? DBC. This angle we need to measure by considering the triangle DBC. Okay, so as we can see that the angle at the center is Y degrees, so the angle at the circumference must be half of the angle at the center. So it would be Y by 2, right? So that angle would be Y degrees dividing by 2. Now for the second part, we need to find ABD. Okay, so let me figure out where is ABD. ABD, this angle. This one, ABD. Okay, so as we can see that ACD is X degrees, so ABD is also X degrees. Why? Because ACD, this X follows a segment AD, and this ABD also follows a segment AD. So when the angle lies on the same segments, those angles are equal. So this angle is X degrees. Now for the third part, we need to find an angle AED. Okay, so AED, that angle we need to work on. AED. Okay. So if I consider the triangle ABED, E, this triangle. So as we know, this angle is 90 degree. Angle B is X. We can easily find out this angle. A is X, A is 90, X is X degree. We can find the angle E by doing 180 minus 90 minus X. So it would be 90 minus X. So this angle is 90 minus X, right? And we know that this straight line is 180 degree, right? Since we need to work this angle, so what would be this angle? This would be 180 degree, subtract 90 minus X. So we will get that angle. So it would be 180 degree minus 90 plus X. So it would be 90 plus X. So this angle would be 90 plus X. Right. Now for the fourth part, we need to find the angle BDA. So angle BD and A, this angle we need to work on. So for this, if we consider the quadrilateral A, B, C, D, this quadrilateral, and we know that the opposite angles of a quadrilateral always sum up to 180 degree. So what is opposite angle of D? That is B, and angle B is X plus Y by 2, and this angle is 90 degree. Right, this angle D is 90 plus that angle. These two angles sum up to 180 degree. So if I can do it over here, the opposite angle is X plus Y by 2 plus let's say this angle is question mark, and plus 90 would be equals to 180 degree. 80 degree minus 90 degree minus X minus Y by 2. So that question mark angle would be 90 degree minus X minus Y by 2. So the angle BDA would be this angle, 90 minus X minus Y by 2. So we can say for the fourth part, it would be 90 minus X minus Y by 2. Question number 10. A, B, C, D, E is a rectangular based pyramid. So A, B, C, D and E. It is a pyramid and its base is rectangle. AC, A to C and B to D intersect at F, and EF is perpendicular to CF. This is a 90 degree angle. Okay. Now AD is 10 centimeter, DC is 6 centimeter and EC is 12 centimeter. If EC is 12, it is obvious that AD is also 12, EA is 12, EB is 12, right? Now for the first part, we need to show that EF is 10.5 centimeter, E to F, correct to one decimal place. Okay, so we need to find the value of EF for this. If we consider this triangle first, ACD. Okay, so if we consider the triangle ACD, this is a right angle triangle because the base is a rectangle. So if I can draw it over here, a rectangular base pyramid, this is a base of that pyramid, that is a rectangle. So this is A, B, C and D, right? Now we need to find AC, right? I draw this line AC, ADC, ADC, A to D is 10 and D to C is 6. We need to work on AC. Since D is a right angle, so we can easily find the value of AC by using a Pythagoras theorem. That is, hypotenuse square would be equals to sum of square of the other two legs of the triangle. So let me find AC. So AC whole square would be equals to 10 square plus 6 square. So AC would be equals to square root of 100 plus 36. So what is AC? This is 136. So square root of 136 would be 11.66. This is AC, that is 11.66. Right. Okay, and now we know that A to F and F to C, AC is break into two equal sections. So AF and FC. So we can divide it by 2. So the answer would be 5.83. So means A to F is 5.8 and F to C is 5.8. Right. Now we got the value for FC and EC is also given to us. We can easily find out EF by using the triangle EFC. And again, we know that this is a right angle triangle, right? We know the hypotenuse and the base. We can find out the perpendicular side by using a Pythagoras theorem again. So we can say that 12 square, that is EC, would be equals to EF square plus F to C, that is 5.8 square. So 12 square minus 5.8 whole square would be equals to EF square. And for EF, we can do a square root. So 12 square we know is 144. 144, 5.8 square, sorry, 5.8 square would be this much. So 144 subtract 5.8 square and then doing a square root, it would be 10.50. So 10.50 would be EF, and we have showed that EF is 10.5 centimeter, correct to 1 decimal place. Now for the second part, find the volume of the pyramid. Okay, so we can use a formula for the volume of a pyramid that is given to us at the top, that the volume of a pyramid is 1/3 times base area times height, right? So base area is, since the base is a rectangular, so its base, its area would be length times width, and the height is EF is the height, that is 10.5. We just got it. So let me write down the volume of a pyramid. Would be 1/3 times base area is length times width 10 times 6 times height, height is EF, that is 10.5. Okay, so this would be 10 times 6 times 10.5 and then dividing by 3, that is 210. So the volume of that pyramid is 210 centimeter cube. For C part, calculate DEC. Okay, so going back to the pyramid and find out where is DEC. DEC, this angle we need to calculate. Okay, so let me draw this triangle separately. DEC over here. So we have D, E, and C, right? Let me show you again. D, E, C. D to E is 12, E to C is 12, and DC is 6. Okay, so we have 12, 12, and 6. DEC, this angle we need to find, D, E, and C. Okay, as we know that we have given all the three sides of a triangle, we can find out one angle of a triangle by using law of cosine, right? So let me apply a law of cosine over here. So the law of cosine, we need to find E. So we can say E square would be equals to C square plus D square minus 2CD cos E. So for E, we can say cos inverse of, we shifted this term over here. So it would be C square plus D square minus E square dividing by 2CD. Now let's substitute all the values and find out the angle E. So it would be cos inverse of C square. The front side of C is 12. D square is also 12. Minus E is 6. Divides 2CD. Okay. Now 2 times 12 would be 288. The denominator is 288. 12 square plus 12 square minus 6 square, and then dividing by 288 and then doing a cos inverse, 28.9 degrees. So that angle is 28.9 degrees. Right. Now for D part, calculate the area of a triangle DEC. Now this triangle is DEC. We need to find out area of this triangle. So as we can see, this triangle is not a right angle triangle. So which formula we are going to use to find the area of the triangle? This is 1 by 2. We have given CD and sine of angle E, right? So let me substitute the values. So 1 by 2, C is 12, D is 12. So 12 times 12 sine of angle E, we just got 28.9. Okay, so let's simplify it. Sine 28.9 times 12 dividing by 2 is 34.79, or we can say that 34.8 centimeter square. Question number 11. In A part, describe fully the single transformation that maps triangle A onto triangle B. Okay, so as we can see, we have a triangle A and a triangle B. So it means A is a rotation of B. So this point of A would be this point on B. It would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 6 divides 2 would be 3. So 1, 2, 3. So it is a reflection along a line y equals to -1. Yes. Reflection along a line y equals to -1. Now for the B part, triangle A is mapped onto triangle C by a single transformation H. Find the matrix representing H. Okay, so A is mapped onto C. So as you can see, we have A and then C. So this point of A is transformed to this point of C. If we can connect these 2 points with the origin. So and this point. So as you can see, this is 90 degree. So it means A is mapped onto C is basically a rotation 90 degree anti-clockwise in this direction, anti-clockwise about origin. Let me find out the matrix. So how can we find the matrix? If I can draw the coordinate system over here. Right. If this point is 1, 0, this point is 0, 1, this point is -1, 0. Right, so A is in this quadrant. It is a rotation. So when it rotates 90 degree anti-clockwise, so the first point becomes this point. So for the matrix, the first point is 0, 1, right? And the second point changes to this point. So it would be -1, 0. So the matrix representing the H would be 0, 1, -1, 0. Now for the C part, transformation M is a reflection in a line x equals to 2. Transformation R is a rotation 180 degree about origin. Triangle A is mapped onto triangle D such that RM of A would be D. And draw and label triangle D. It means first we need to apply the transformation M on triangle A and then transformation R on M to get the triangle D. So first let me apply the transformation M, that is a reflection in a line x equals to 2. Okay, so first we need to draw x is equals to 2. So here is x equals to 2. We can do a reflection of our triangle A. So how can we reflect triangle A? So from this point it would be 1. So from here it would be 1. This point would be this point. So it would be 1, 2, 1, 2. So for there 1, 2, 1 and 2. So this is a transformation M. That is a reflection along a line x equals to 2. Okay. Now for second, we need to apply a transformation R, that is a rotation 180 degree about origin. Now let's apply the transformation R, that is rotation 180 degree about origin. So if I can join this point with the origin, so as we can see that this point is 1, 2, 2 down and 1 to the left. And from here, from origin, it would be 1, 2 and 1 down, right? 1, 2 and 1. So 1, 2 and 1. This point would be this point. Now this point is 1, 2. So 1 and 2 would be this point. This point would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the triangle D would be this after the two transformation M and the transformation R. So this is the last question of our paper. If you have any queries, please let me know in a comment section and subscribe to my channel for more videos. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Take care.